Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich. Let's unpause and continue the offensive. How are the tanks doing? The tanks are on the front line. The front line has expanded though, so it's been moved a little bit. Where's the other one? That one. Okay, I think I like this as a spot to like push in through, but I think they're going to pin us in Yan'an. So I'm instead thinking, since there's a river there, but there's no river there, we can actually use the tanks in order to force a breakthrough over here. Experimental core. Are these generic tank models or are these Chinese tank models? I don't know. They do look like they have something Chinese on the side of them. The character models or the soldier models do look like they're Chinese though, with those caps, right? And the like that sort of tan uniform. Is that really the fastest way? Not to just cross the... Okay, cross the river immediately. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have sent the tanks over here. They would have been much more effective. But... yeah, river crossing, terrain, really bad. Tanks haven't even gotten involved yet. Now, you know what? Nope, they are terrible at that. Let's just send them in. Move them across. The tanks won't get involved because our troops aren't pulling off that attack, but that's fine. Then we can have them move like that. I do need to improve the tank division template, though, since we're now getting so much army experience. Oh my god. Armored recon would be good, I think, right? Fuel capacity, that's because we have a high fuel usage. But we get the recon, and we have cavalry recon, which is 3, and we get recon 3 here as well. So it's actually just better. And then we could have support artillery. Engineer is also good. How are we doing for support equipment? 2,000. It's not a whole lot. I don't know how much we'll be using by adding... cavalry recon. We'll be using... there it is. Bottom there. We'll be using 10 per. Follow Petrograd. What? The Dutch East Indies have taken Petrograd. Very interesting, I guess. From where? How'd you get there? Russia, what the fuck are you doing? There's no... they have no naval presence in the Baltics, I guess. Or the Germans have taken them. Like, taken out their navy. That's fine, though. They'll just... I mean, it's just the Dutch East Indies. They won't be able to do much. Sunmin political commissars, the army experience gain plus 10% army leader cost. So this is probably why we get so much army experience gain now, because we're getting rid of that malice, and now we're going to end up with all these like extremely elite divisions and such. I think we want 3 mountain divisions, and then we want to start thinking about marines. We'll want at least 2 marine divisions, I think. For stuff like Taiwan and potentially for Korea. Develop the Nanjing mines. We won't actually create the marines yet. Oh, we want maintenance companies for the tanks, and we want the new fighters as well. Oh shit! No, we don't. It might be too late. No, it's not too late. We don't want the new fighters. We want this. The reason we don't want the new fighters is we want one of these. We want a design company. Yeah, look, they're not very good, honestly, these tank divisions. I'm training them a little bit so we can get that green back up. I think the reason they're not very good, of course, is that they have no HP. But we only have infantry, really. So if we set up our motorized, so we can chuck on a line of motorized, they'll be much better. King Edward abdicates the throne in favor of his younger brother Albert, giving up the throne to marry the American film star Constance Bennett, who he met in Canada when she fled to Canada during the American Civil War. Well, controversial man, that Edward. Even more controversial in our timeline, where he was friends with some Nazis. How are we doing for civilian factories? I think we can afford trading one over to the Commune of France. We can call it Solidarity. And you're just giving it to me at this point. And that way we will accelerate our production of quite a lot of things. That airport is finished, but I guess we could relocate you. Not that it will matter too much. And we will continue working on the infrastructure. I don't know if the infrastructure was what did it for the for us there, but I think it was just waiting until the enemy ran out of guns. No, it wasn't. They have some left still, some left over. Maybe it was enough. Maybe that like 10% or 20% reduction in strength was what was necessary for us to hit critical mass. Now we need to get these central infrastructure nodes built up, because they're going to be so important, because so much is going to flow through there. Fall of the Rashidi Emirate. So falls the house of Ibn al-Saud. Saud al-Subhan. Okay. The French have pushed all the way into the Netherlands. Petrograd has been retaken. The Baltic state is holding, and so is White Ruthenia. But Ukraine, not so much. I'm going to hold on for a little bit until we get... Oh, continue army reform. I'm going to hold on a little bit until we get the design company for artillery. Yeah, we're running out of tanks as well. Special Methods Division, Radar Technology. Adds Technology, Military Police. Okay, that's good. National Air Army, yep. That seems pretty good as well. Conservative reform cannot stop the revolution. Austria-Hungary federalizes. Now we have the United States of Greater Austria. Oh, it's so much fun when that happens. Massive Germany, massive Austria. I wonder if they're going to get involved in any of the wars at any point. I mean, the Italians are going to attack these guys eventually. Sweden has joined the Reichspakt, which means Norway and Sweden are now going to pummel each other, and sadly, this does not usually bode well for Norway. Wallonia and Vietnam has capitulated. Thailand has taken Vietnam. That's sad because they are kind of terrible people in charge of Vietnam. Oh, sorry, in Thailand right now. That seems bad. What's going on with our air wing? Is it? Oh yeah, it isn't actually going any higher. I want you at 100. Swap that over to... Oh, swap this rather over to... Soft attack, defense. No, we were gonna swap it over towards the artillery one. So now we can start this. Request communal artillery would be nice, I guess. Well, what do you expect? Let's have a look at our, the coup decisions. Local democratic government, social democracy and syndicalism gives local democracy, which grants division defense on core territory, which legalizes pro-revolution parties, which then goes to first national elections after the consultative conference, I assume, or we can go to continued tutelage, which is what we didn't want to do, which is where we radical socialism and social liberalism, where we try to, I mean, the tutelage, or we won't actually have elections until we have sort of gotten people ready for it, I guess. And then we have Dias coup, which is of course the government by shadows, the totalist one. New life movement. Autarky. Switch to a closed economy to make sure no imperial power gets their hands on our resources, or deepen the party state. Yeah, no, I think we are going to go down the left path. No right counter-revolution in our revolutionary movement. Albania has joined the Donau-Adria-Bund. I assume the Belgrade Pact will end up at war with United States of Greater Austria at some point soon. The French have pushed into the Rhineland, or Luxembourg rather, they're pushing into the Rhineland right now. Meanwhile, the Germans have pushed into Burgundy and Lorraine. Let's get the tanks out of here so they don't stress the supplies. And let's put them where they may be useful, over by Fengshan. Cavalry or tanks over here would be super useful as well. We're no longer running a deficit on iron, or steel rather. So I think it's time to continue with the integration. Every time we integrate, we get a massive, massive manpower boost and a massive industrial boost, because we get the full effect of all the factories in that area. And I think we get the full effect of, effect of the, reintegrate Northern China. Repay the syndicalists. We haven't gotten anything from you guys. Fuck off. Yeah, okay, hold on. Hold on, I need to think a little bit. Okay, I want to do this, but I don't think we're going to go hard on the air stuff yet. Republic of China has been proclaimed, not yet. We were looking at something and I forgot. I think it was the. I think it was this, but how about we do this and see what that does? We need to start rolling out those submarines. In fact, we can probably do the foreign naval advisors and such. Instantly cancelled if... Okay. Yes, we should probably... Yeah, we should do this. Immediately. One of the reasons we're not running at a steel deficit is, of course, because of the trade. Dutch East Indies isn't giving us anything, so let's stop trading with them. Let's start trading, well, not the Republic of Siam. We can get 5. Okay, so it's actually, we don't have many options, honestly. We should probably just, I guess, go with the Republic of Siam for the rubber so we can keep making our air force. We will have to invade Siam. It's an inevitability. We need the resources that they possess. All that rubber. So important for the Air Force. Motorized, we won't do until we have swapped our manufacturer, I think, to mechanized, which gives motorized production cost and all that. Let's just try to deliver the death blow, get this over with. We don't have any medium tank designers. Don't know if we will... Oh, there we go. Don't know if we're gonna get any either. Okay, that was a brutally annoying war. Yeah, I don't see anything that will necessarily give us that. Maybe this, after airborne core and stuff, from flexible, or from... Oh, it requires all of the following. Okay, yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, none of these actually give us what we need for medium tank designers. Expand coal mining, so that gives us steel as well. 7 in Yulin. Let's do that, a 7 iron there, or 7 steel, so that we can stop trading with the Commune of France. We are going to go down the flexible path on aircraft, I believe. Flexible aircraft specifications gives us light aircraft bonus, and this gives us medium aircraft and heavy aircraft bonus, but it's only 1. Yeah. And we are also going down the battlefield support one, because it's my favorite one. Yeah. The only point of the aircraft, in my opinion, is to support the infantry. You can make an argument that in our current situation, strategic destruction is actually somewhat useful and somewhat imperative, honestly, because we have to deal with Japan, and we can't really get our infantry onto Japan in the early war. So the whole like supporting the infantry thing doesn't become as much of an issue. Instead, it's going to be all about destroying Japan's industrial capacity, their ability to maintain their ships, their ability to maintain their soldiers, and their ability to maintain their aircraft, and bombing their airports and such like that. And then through that, we it's a cool song. And then, you know, we take over once they've been bombed into the ground. It does look like the Commune of France is winning. Sweden, of course, gobbling up, liberating Finland. Now the Russians have to fight that front as well. The Russians, I have faith, will win over Sweden. CNT FAI, doing not too well, but they could be doing far worse. I was expecting them to lose there. Combined Syndicates, not too well either. The federal troops are too powerful. Germany's Asia has capitulated to the Japanese. So what kind of build dockyards? Okay, that's what we get. Continue the army reform. That's going to be the last one as well. Ah, this is what it says. Division organization minus 20%. Ah, okay. So that's what we're removing. I couldn't find the national spirit, but it was actually in that. The fall of New Orleans, collapse of the Union. The fall of New Orleans, again. Well, the Union... Oh, there we go. Yep, there it's gone. And the United States of America now has taken all that territory. The Combined Syndicates of America's days are numbered. I believe they will be killed off. And the Pacific States of America and the United States of America do not have a peace treaty, do they? No, they don't. But I think this one squarely will go to the United States of America. There's more or less no chance of the Combined Syndicates winning at this point, I don't think. Let's beef up our tank divisions, because we want to send... Oh, sorry, we haven't actually gotten the mechanized yet. We want to send our... send some volunteers to some nations right now. Oh, this is really nice for the 4% research speed and whatever might come after it. Mountain still needed. Though not desperately, of course. Let's get our asses back on the border of Fengshan. Let's have the militia hold over there. Sorry, I clicked that away because I was doing something else. German Empire has signed a peace treaty with someone. Seems they may have signed a peace treaty with Japan. Yeah. Well, that's annoying. So now Japan is no longer at war with anyone. They've taken all the empire that they want in the South Pacific. Which worries me, because they may come for us. We may be next. Time to modernize. Let's modernize in the south first, I think. I don't think the Yunnan will be attacking us. All of these will be made into modernized infantry. Set up another army. This will be the third army. Wait, what color is it? It's green. And we will put, I think, Sun Liren in charge. State of Ukraine has collapsed. Fortress Buster is really nice. Engineer as well. We have a lot of rivers to cross. Yeah, actually, we'll put you in charge. Now, we actually need to make more field marshals here. But one way of doing that is we can assign them to one specifically for special forces and such. Honestly, this guy's 5 attack. I just kind of like him. And yeah, that'll be fine. So this is the National Revolutionary Army. Let's just shorten it to the NRA. These are the NRA Special Corps. The Agrarian Brigades we can probably get rid of them, honestly, very soon. I do suppose there is an argument for having someone on everyone's border at the moment. Like that, actually. And let's start making plans so we don't get caught with our pants down. That's against the Fengshan government. I'm still somewhat worried that they will somehow get the Japanese involved. Oh, this is kind of disgusting, but understandable because the Ukrainians capitulated, and now the front lines have been. Oh, Poland is being invaded by the Germans. The Polish are going at it alone, and they're holding on as well. They are fascist, I guess, which is why they're doing this alone. Interesting, but now the Russians have a much narrower frontier instead of this whole thing with Ukraine, so they only have to, grab oil in the south, and then move up to fight here and fight in Finland. Norway is holding on for dear life, pushing into Sweden's heartland, actually. Sweden might actually collapse before Norway does, if we are lucky, because Norway does not have a lot of victory points in the north, and doesn't have many victory points at all, but they've got Trondheim, and that's where I live right now, and they have Oslo still. While Sweden has Stockholm and Uppsala, Norrköping, and Malmö and Karlskrona, and they're all sort of near each other on the coastline here. Luleå, I don't think is enough to keep them going. Damn. Yeah, the Germans are not doing too well. If only the Commune of France could intervene in the Spanish Civil War, that would actually help them out a great deal. And, like, they aren't... West Bithynia has capitulated as well. They aren't ideologically that distant from the CNT FAI, right? The CNT are the anarchists. The FAI, I don't know what that is. Wait, is it different now? I thought the CNT were the anarchists. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the FAI are the anarchists and the CNT are the communists. But like the Republicans had, of course, or Republicans had an alliance of anarchists and communists and such. Anarchists being the larger of the bunch, communists being the more well supported of the bunch because of the existence of the Soviet Union. Holy shit! They have 8 infantry divisions on one tile in Qingdao. That is scary as hell. I guess now you're a mountaineer woman. You're a mountain woman. Mountain brigades. Okay, the mountain troops have been trained. I think we should probably create shock brigades out of these. So the mountain brigades we will need, I think, they're good for holding this area here because it's so mountainous. But for an attack, they could be used over here. And I think that is the most likely short-term spot where we will be fighting. So I want to deal with Fengshan. Actually, how about we do Yunnan Clique before we do Fengshan? So let's send the mountain divisions down south. There we go. Reinforce rate, max planning. Almost advanced offensive. Almost. Construction 5, almost to the point where we can do excavation 4. How far off the next artillery are we? 0.65. I think it's worth it to swap it over for the mechanized manufacturer so that we can start researching the motorized. And then after motorized, I think we research mechanized immediately. We probably won't have it for a while. Again, light tanks are what we need in terms of like logistics. It's the one where we're struggling. This can be actually removed completely. How much are we producing in terms of rifles? 6.5k is our stockpile, 88.4 per day. Right? That's 88.4 per day, right? Yeah, 619 per week. So having a higher production for that is actually going to be necessary, I think. But having the this going now in peacetime will build up a very significant stockpile. Like if you look at how much it's increasing by every time it ticks. Collapse of the American syndicates. Sad days. Now it's between the Pacific States of America and Douglas MacArthur's military government. Out of on to it, man. Remember Darkest Hour? back when Kaiserreich was only on the Hard 2 engine. That being said, we are done for the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry if I peeked the microphone, but thank you so much for watching, and you know, once again, check the description for anything you might need, and that must be it. Yes. Goodbye.